we're ready.
No, we're saying, is
Right,
it when you're
so
ready?
Is what?
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah,
Everyone
dude.
shut up while I do the intro. Just shut up while I do the intro. No, everyone shut up. No, everyone just shut up. Keep talking. Everyone shut up.
Literally, no
Mute
one's
yourself.
speaking.
Everyone.
Dude cannot handle
This is
no
my time to
chaos.
shine.
No
This is
chaos
my time to
whatsoever.
shine. Everyone shut up and mute yourselves.
He hears wind in the background. Everyone, that's it. I'm done. I'm so done with this group. I can't.
Anyway, so welcome back to all of the 9 people who are going to watch this.
9, that's a
Be your
lot.
host,
Oh my
taking
god.
point.
9 is hopeful.
You said 9. Do you know how close that is to
3
10?
of them are going to be us.
Do you still know how close that is to 10? Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's almost double digits.
That's
I kept it
crazy.
single, though.
Dude,
I kept it
there's
single.
a humble.
I'll be humble.
Humble.
Humble beginnings. Start from the bottom.
Oh,
Anyway,
sorry.
I'm your host for this episode, Vanilla Chocolate, and joining me is Unk.
Unk?
This is where you say hi.
Who's Unk?
You
'Cause
unknown.
your name,
Unk.
I can't be bothered with your name. I'm just gonna call you Unk from now on. Unknown, I can't be saying that for the whole hour or whatever.
Sorry. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this is me. Sorry. It's getting
We got
it's
Unk.
kind of hot now.
You say hello. Just
Hello.
Say, just say
Hello.
hi.
Hi.
And
You sound
we've
like
got
you've never
Chief.
done this before.
He really does, doesn't he?
Sorry, professionals, with your 9 views.
I'm trying to run a tight ship around here, yeah?
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, we're disturbing your shit.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Just to start off, what were your guys' initial thoughts at the end of the movie? Let's start with Unk.
At the end of the movie, when they
When it finished.
Oh, I thought you meant like what happened at the end of them. My initial thoughts.
How did you feel about the
Honestly,
about the movie?
I never had an initial feeling. It was just kind of like, okay, the movie's done. If you get what I mean, it was just I wasn't thinking too much about it. That gives you what I thought of the movie. Even though, I mean, it was a good movie. I just didn't feel like anything. Maybe because I didn't give it a fair chance. Like it wasn't in the cinema when I watched it, so maybe I was a bit distracted. But
None
I
of us
wasn't.
watched it at the cinema, did we?
Yeah, we didn't. Which I think takes away from it.
Yeah, I feel like it does that for like a lot of movies though.
Yeah.
If you think about it, with this movie, it would have been a lot of little kids in there just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's even better.
Whoa. Relax. Whoa.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why is that
I
better?
think you need to explain yourself.
Yeah, why is that better?
Because they would have enjoyed it as well. They would have really understood what was going on, and then, like it would have actually brought your inner childhood out, if you get what I mean. Like you would have been able to relax. But when it's just you watching it, you're kind of watching it as a grown up. Yeah.
I can see where you're
Did
coming
I
from,
did I
yeah.
get out of that? Did I get out of that?
Just barely.
Thank you.
What were your initial thoughts at the end of the movie?
I know. I remember having the urge to like just go buy paint for some because I was just like because of how colorful the movie was. I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like painting.
Oh, like art, not
Yeah,
like your
like
house or whatever.
like
just
art supplies and stuff.
Oh, okay. That's
Dude wanted to
interesting.
change professions.
Or get a new hobby at best.
That's
But
interesting.
apart from that, it is I don't know. It was because the thing is as well. Like I was like when I started the movie, I was like, oh, am I watching a short movie right now? I felt like I was watching a short film when I saw that hour and a half. Because because now we've been used to like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, dang near 3 hour movies.
It was only an hour and a half.
It was only an hour and a half.
I felt like it was
It
longer.
felt like much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like,
No,
the
it
time
was
stamp was
definitely,
an hour and a half.
dude. I think you watched something else.
No, it was.
I
Trust me, it's hour and a half.
Nah, I think it was
She's
2.
watched a playthrough of Mario.
No wonder he wanted to start.
Oh, I should actually play Super Mario Maker, and that's it.
He was like, "Wow, this looks so much like the game."
I mean, my initial thoughts, I think I'm the same as Unk. Like, at the end of it, I was just like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, I think that was definitely like very catered to kids. You can clearly tell.
No, it had a lot of moments though. It had a lot of moments where,
It had a lot of moments, but
like,
like in terms of like the whole who they're expecting to like watch it is
I
that
think
the
no, I think
expectations to
it's
watch a lot
just
of it.
a couple years too late for us.
Yeah,
Because
a
the
couple
moment
years.
at the moment, no, because the moment I don't think, I think if it came out when we were teens or like late teens, I mean late teens, like or early 20s, it
Yeah,
would have
how
been
long ago did you think you were a teen to say a couple years?
okay. Cool. Let's not try and do that. All right.
All
I'm
right.
young at heart. Okay. No, but like if it was like that, we would feel a little bit more like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember that.
But even still, I feel like because obviously for adults as well, it's more, especially people who still play like the Nintendo and Mario games and stuff. Like they still probably had that feeling.
Yeah.
But technically, for me, that's also another thing as well. Because for me, I don't think I've actually ever owned a Nintendo type of gaming console at all. And I've played like the only Mario I've played was the Mario that you when we were in school, the one that you played like on online with like the flash thing. The I think what was it called? Like Mario Bros or something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Mario Bros. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only Mario I've ever played. So I don't really get them feelings like that because
You never play
I didn't
Mario
grow up
Kart?
with Mario. I never owned a Nintendo device.
Oh, is this
And
like?
that was it as well. Remember, the only other time I actually played Mario Kart was at uni. You were there as well when.
I think this is getting a bit personal now. Vanilla,
No,
do
let's
it.
no, let's get personal. Let's get personal. Because I have a genuine question. So, Chief, you're saying you didn't play a lot of Mario games growing up,
If
right?
any at all, yeah.
If any at all. What about you, Unk? Did you?
Yeah, yeah, I did play a couple. I had the
You
Mario
did.
Bros. I had Super Sonic, Sonic
Because I know
and
you definitely
Mario.
had like a Nintendo
Dude, can you let
3DS.
me speak?
I'm just reminding you to say you had a Nintendo 3DS.
Let me speak, please. Okay, please. God damn it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I
But did you
played.
have a Nintendo
No,
3DS?
no,
Or what?
seriously, I didn't. Oh wait, we're gonna have to pause 2 seconds. Yeah, we're good. So I was saying, I did not have Nintendo 3DS. First of all, I'm not that rich or that wealthy. I had a little Nintendo DS, but my
Close
mum,
enough.
shut up. My mum did a thing where she got like it was like a game thing where it had multiple games downloaded on it, legally, illegally, same thing. Um, so I had Mario Kart. I had my cousin had Mario Bros. And had Mario and Sonic and the Olympic Games, and those three games, big time, big time. But I just have something to say. Why are they called the Mario Bros? I was thinking about this while watching the movie. If his name is Mario
Yeah, the
and his
people have
name is
already debated
Luigi,
this for
I
years.
know, and I was just like,
He's the older brother, so he gets to put his name in the
it's
company's
just a bit
logo.
unfair, isn't it? And it was just like,
I don't think they have a last name.
yeah, like I don't know. Sorry if I went off course there, but yeah, I've played Mario games before.
This is a debate about the name Mario Bros.
Yeah, like,
That petition to change the name from Mario Bros.
oh
What?
snap, someone's
Give him a last name
Mario
first,
and
and then
Luigi.
nah, that's too long. It's too much of a mouthful.
Mario and Luigi. That's a good name.
Yeah, I think imagine like when you're trying to name other games, you have to literally put Mario and Luigi in
True.
the Sonic games or whatever, or Mario and Luigi Nintendo
Yeah.
World. But to be fair, Luigi has his own games, which is excuse me, which is Luigi's Mansion.
Mm.
So he kind of, because another one thing I noticed at the beginning of the movie that I didn't like was the fact that of how wimpy they made Luigi look. I'm like,
Didn't like that.
nah, because you know the part where they were chasing not chasing. Do you know when the car broke down and they were trying to get to like the first phone
Yeah,
call of the plumbers,
yeah.
and Mario's doing all this like freaking parkour acrobatics, jumping through,
Oh
and
yeah,
then he'll just
like
open the
opening
door for
gates for him and
Luigi.
stuff.
I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, if I was Luigi, I'd be like, I can do that too, but stop trying to
yeah,
open
true.
doors for me. We- we-
That was
it's called
that was a
Mario
good one.
Bros, but I can do it too. Relax.
But where'd this guy go?
I
We
don't
still
know.
recording or what? Jesus Christ!
We're always recording, guys. Come on.
Are you just listening to us?
Kind of.
I feel like he's distracted today.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
definitely
distracted.
were distracted.
I'm
I
not
could feel
distracted.
that you were
I'm
distracted.
not distracted,
What were you
guys.
just doing? What were you just doing then?
I was listening intensely
Listening to what?
to you guys speak.
Because I
Yeah,
heard you
what did you
put
say?
something down as you unmuted your mic. What did you put down?
What do you mean? What I
What did you
put
put down?
down?
Well, no, I heard you put something down as
An
you
It's just how I
unmuted your
interrogation.
walk.
mic.
It's just how I walk.
What did you put down?
It's
So where were
just
you walking
I
from?
wasn't walking from anywhere. It's just how
Where
I
were
am.
you walking
I'm
from?
heavy, bro. My
But
arms
why
are
were you
heavy.
walking?
I wasn't walking. I'm sorry.
You
I
just
was
said you were
here.
walking.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke because you're putting me under pressure.
Oh, then what did you mean to say?
I didn't put anything down. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. We carry on.
Anyway,
We're
so
distracting
the
our
original
free
point,
fans.
the original point I was trying to get to is there's a lot of nostalgia and Easter egg and references in that film. If you're
Hmm.
not a kid and you're not an adult who played the films,
The
Games.
films
games, are
Yeah.
you kind of
goes over your head.
are you were you like kind of confused about what was going on, or did you think this was just like a meh movie?
I think if you didn't like know anything about like the Easter eggs in terms of the games or things like that, I think you'd still kind of, from a kid's perspective, you still enjoy it because of the fact that it's like animated, it's like colorful, like Chief said. It's still quite action packed, I guess, for a kid's perspective. Like, so from a kid's perspective, you still enjoy it. From an adult perspective, like you're not gonna get much out of it. You're just gonna be like, this is a movie. You're just gonna that's it. You're not gonna see it as anything more because you're not gonna have the moments like when they were on the Rainbow Road. I was like, oh, I freaking hate that track. Like I had that moment where I was like, oh, why didn't you choose a better
I just
track?
at that moment I was like, oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah, no, but exactly. But I was like, of all tracks, we could have chose something a little bit
The
more.
most iconic.
Yeah, but it's the hardest as well because you just fall off. Like there's no tomorrow, and
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. And it made sense for the movie because they fell
oh,
off.
I was
Yeah.
just like, yeah. So I was just like, oh, I hate that track. But but that's because I played the game, so I understood. And it was like things like the blue shell when that I was like, oh snap, dude just killed himself, like fairs. But like little things like that, I think as an adult you just see and just go, I guess it's just a movie. You wouldn't see anything more from that. It was kind of like Space Jam, like
Mm.
the recent ones. They had a lot of the Warner Brothers had a lot of like characters from all their other movies show up and stuff like that, and you'd only know the movies you've seen or the characters you've heard of and stuff like that. So it's kind of that thing where like it's if it's gonna hit or it's not gonna hit. It's like you're either into it or you're not, and if you're not, it's just gonna be a normal movie to you. That's how I feel, anyways, from an adult's perspective.
Yeah, because
Take a dad, Chief.
yeah, 'cause I think definitely especially for kids, like honest, just straight up, it's just like it's a kids movie, so it's got hella colors in it, it's got racing cars, so kids are gonna enjoy it regardless if they've ever played Mario or not. But for adults that would willingly watch it, the main thing for them is the selling point of they've played the game and they kind of just want to see how like the game transitions on screen. And I did like a lot of the elements of they tried to incorporate every type of Mario game out there and every type of like power up and little thing in it, because obviously you saw like the, I don't know what it's called exactly, the Mario Kart racing Like you saw like that
Yep.
type of element in there. Like also like you saw some Super Mario Maker stuff in there with like Bowser and his army, and you got like the yellow shells that bounces left and right when you like hit them and stuff. And so they tried to incorporate like pretty much every aspect. Also, they did do a little bit of like cameo for like Luigi's Mansion that I mentioned before, where like at the start when Luigi like got dropped into Bowser's kingdom and he was in that mansion all scared and stuff. That's kind of a little bit like how Luigi's Mansion vibes are as well. So they incorporated pretty much. So I feel like for adults, it's gonna be of like, oh, that's that game, or oh, that's that game, and like, oh, that's that type of power up type of thing. So yeah, it was alright. It was good. But to be fair, I don't think anyone really. I mean, maybe I just don't know, but I don't really know that anyone really asked for the movie as well. So I think most people would
Yep.
probably go just out of pure curiosity of, oh, a Mario game. How would that work on the big screen?
In terms of how did it work, it did kind of work though, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but the box office is over 1 billion at the moment.
Oh yeah, but we all know why it was gonna work. Like,
Also, like the funny thing is for me when Mario ended up in like the Mushroom Kingdom, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was gonna be an isekai movie because of how he got transported from like what was it, Brooklyn
yeah,
to like
why is
the
Mario in the
Mario world.
Bronx
I thought
first?
that was funny as well.
That was yeah, that's what I
Why
was saying as well. Of all
didn't you just
places,
place him in the Mushroom Kingdom instead of like Brooklyn?
no, I think it
Would have
wouldn't make
made
sense for him to start because it's like I think also I like that was another thing as well. I liked how they did Princess Peach's stories because technically Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach were the only three that resembled and looked like humans. So it's like okay, well where the frick did you
No,
three come from and why do you look so much different than everyone
there's
else?
yeah, but there are a lot more characters in Mario who look like
Yeah,
humans.
and but none of those are in the
Oh
movie.
yeah, I mean yeah, but I'm just saying like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so
But
yeah,
in terms of like the movie's eye, it's like okay, if they started in like the Mushroom Kingdom or in that world, it's like how come there's only three humans? What the frick
yeah,
happened
yeah,
to the
yeah,
other humans? Type of
yeah.
thing.
I get that. Yeah, but I was
I
gonna
think now
say
could be a great mystery.
exactly.
What did
True.
happen to the other humans? Genocide, Mushroom Kingdom genocide. Maybe I don't know. We could
True.
go into that in the
That just
second
goes
movie,
really
maybe.
dark. That just goes really dark. In an alternate universe, Bowser one clicked his fingers, all the other all the humans went off. What I was gonna say, it was always gonna do numbers purely because of the
it's Nintendo.
yeah, and also kids are always gonna watch it. Like it doesn't matter what age you are, you're gonna go watch it. 15, 14, you're gonna go watch it, especially if you've had a Nintendo or whatever. And then the adults or the young adults are gonna go watch it as well. And more adults are gonna go because of their kids. And it's like it's always gonna make money because it's like it's such a iconic thing. Mario Bros. Like almost everybody knows what that game is or who
Yeah.
they are. So it's like even if it was a good movie, I don't think the numbers suggest if it was a good movie or not because the numbers start
Yeah, I
counting
think the
from when people
numbers are
buy tickets.
mainly. Yeah, I
Exactly.
think he makes a good point. The numbers are mainly like, at least most of it would be purely off the
Ticket
name and
sales.
the
Yeah,
franchise that
exactly.
Mario's have built up over the years.
Exactly. And it's going to be the same if they made another one. It's going to be, yeah, people are going to go watch it because their kids want to go watch it. And it's like, it's going to be a thing where it's like a family weekend is now, oh, let's just go watch the Mario Bros. That's out. Bang. That's
Mm.
like 10 tickets sold there. And it's like, it's going to
But yeah,
happen.
that's also another thing that's just like good for like a family movie. Like
Yeah,
you go to
exactly.
the
Yeah.
cinema, you need to watch something as a family.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think the numbers are telling it the truth. I don't ever feel like the numbers in movies are ever telling the truth because it's like, yeah, a movie sold so much, but yeah,
Yes,
the
I
trailer
think
also sold
that's the
so much.
case when it's especially when it's relating to like something that's already known to that thing. Like for example, like the Uncharted movie or the Mario movie. Like like movies that are like related to stuff that's already been out, like maybe
Yeah,
another type of media.
yeah,
But when it's just like a movie of like a standalone movie and it's not related to anything, it's just they made a movie purely for the sake of the movie. I think the numbers are a little bit more believable, and it makes more sense when it does big numbers. You're like, oh, it must have been a really good movie then,
Yeah, yeah,
because it's just like people just purely watched it for the sake of it being a good movie.
yeah.
Because it's similar to the same thing as like Avatar as well. Like Avatar, like did numbers because of how well known it was before and how much people have been waiting for like the sequel or like the next movie or whatever.
Vanilla
But
chocolate
initially,
does not like Avatar.
I
I didn't
to
say
be
that.
fair, I
It's just really long.
I haven't watched it because of how long it is. But that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
The first one was like just, I mean, as far as I know, I don't think the first. I think the first one was just a normal movie. I think was Avatar originally a book or something. I'm not sure.
Dude, we're not diving into that. Sorry. Carry
But I
on.
was just gonna say, like, when the movie came out, it was just pure like, from what I remember, and it was just purely just like just any other movie that was coming out. So when it did really well, it's like, oh, it must have been a really good movie, or at least a decent movie. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty good. But then the next one came out. If the next one had come out like maybe 2 3 years after that, it probably wouldn't have done the same
No, but
numbers.
it's
I don't
impossible
think.
though.
Yeah, exactly. But it probably wouldn't have done the same type of number. It might have done more, but like it would have been a bit more genuine in terms of like the numbers. But because they had people had to wait so long that even people who have never watched the movies have heard of the movie, and it's like when that
Dude,
next
can
one's
I say
finally coming
something?
out.
Can I say
But
something? Where you going?
I have no idea actually. You know, I just I just start and I end up where I end up. Sometimes I don't end up anywhere, and I just have to just turn back and
'Cause
go home.
I just felt like it was going, and it was just like, if someone doesn't say something soon, he's just gonna go, and it's like,
Yeah, that's I told you.
oh
Like
my god.
sometimes I just keep going. Sometimes I have to turn back and go home. You don't know.
Okay,
He's,
cool.
he's that guy who realizes he's taken a wrong turn, but he
But
doesn't
it's
want to
too
turn
late.
back.
It doesn't
It's
turn
too
back. He
late.
just keeps
Like,
going.
He
you went
can't
the
look
wrong way,
back.
fucking idiot. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going.
He's just like, I don't know how I got to Avatar, but let's go
It's
on.
like a one way until you find the turn to turn back.
If I didn't
And
say
we're just
anything,
enabling it.
literally,
We just let him speak.
dude, I promise you, if we didn't say anything, it would have transitioned to another
Oh,
movie. You would have went into like,
absolutely, 100%.
it would have been like, that's like Insidious, you know, like Insidious just had like one of the-
Oh, it's like like
So,
speaking of this actor, it's like a movie from this other person.
Oh my gosh,
so you
dude.
guys kind of preemptively answered one of my questions was because it hit 1 billion, is that because it's a good movie or is it because it's Mario? And you both agreed that it's because it's Mario.
Yeah, I
Now,
think it's the name.
is it a good movie?
What is a good movie?
That's a good question. That's a different
Is it a,
podcast.
Uh,
thought we were talking about movies.
what?
No, I meant like his question is a different entire podcast of what is a movie.
Oh, what is a good
Yeah,
movie? True.
but
Is
for
Mario a
me,
good
I would
movie?
say it was a good movie because it gave, well, at least from my perspective, it gave everything you would want as a Mario fan, which
Yeah.
is seeing all the power ups and the characters and
No.
the
We're not
different
talking about as
elements
a Mario fan.
We're
Is it
just
a good
talking
movie?
straight. No, no,
as
no,
a movie
no.
in
You can't do
general.
that. No, no, no.
As a
Vanilla
movie.
chocolate. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
doing this.
saying. You
I'm not
can't do
doing this.
that.
I'm not doing it. I'm not
What?
going in
What
the world scheme of movies. I'm not going. Is it a good
is a
movie?
movie, right?
Because
Is it a good
it
movie?
because then Fast and Furious, is that a good movie? Because that gives you what you're asking for, which is just a bunch of crashes, action, and whatever nonsense. But is it innately a good movie? No.
I feel like part of it being a good movie is like
It
the
giving it
genre
what
you're
you
looking for.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So Mario
But
gives you what you're looking for, right?
which was what? Nostalgia, Easter eggs, and references.
I
Basically what it
guess.
gave you.
I
Like
guess.
it gives you the
It's
feeling
sad.
of
It's sad.
playing the video games without having to play.
It is sad. It is sad, yeah. But I guess that's what it gives you. You just go, oh, I remember that. Oh yeah,
Honestly,
that.
though,
Oh yeah.
that actually reminded me. There was a part in, like, I don't know which part specific, but there was like a part in the movie where it got like, I was like a bit in the movie, and I was like, genuinely, I thought to myself, I would just rather watch a Let's Play of a Mario right now than be watching this.
Dude, I'm
'Cause
not gonna lie. I was watching the
I would as
movie.
well.
I was literally, I was thinking that for a quick
I
second,
was
and
watching the
what was
movie
the
and then I
scene?
just went for a walk while watching the movie. And I was just like, I think I was watching the movie and I got bored watching the movie. So I went for a walk while watching the movie. I was like, this should be
Because
entertaining
I feel
enough.
like it's definitely one of those type, especially if you're not watching in cinemas, it's one of those type movies you just have to like play and put in the background. You can't.
Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing to
yeah,
pay attention to
yeah.
because it's
There
not
There
like
isn't.
is
there's any
nothing. Okay,
complicated plot or
interesting
storyline.
point. What did you just say, Chief? There's nothing to pay attention to.
There is
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah,
There's nothing to pay attention to.
there
there's nothing
isn't.
to
There
pay
isn't.
attention
What do you,
to.
There's nothing to pay attention
dude?
to.
The movie can't lose you. Like you can't not pay attention
Like
and
you
then be
could
like, I'm
literally
lost.
play the movie, come back in like half an hour, and
And you
still
still know
understand
what's
what's happening.
happening. You know what's
Yeah,
happening. You know everything, like literally. And but that's
because
because
not
it's a
only is
kids
it a
movie,
typical
though.
plot line, it followed the typical Mario story plot line as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you've
It's
ever played any type of Mario game, you would understand what's happening
yeah. Like you knew what was happening. Like it's a kids movie. Like
mm,
you could have not finished that movie
and still
and
guess what
still
happened.
knew Mario won and everyone was happy. Like you could have just like, oh, I do want to say Luigi died, by the way. I don't want to say anything, but like there was a scene where like
What,
he
at
was
the
in the
end?
cage, yeah, and then the cage was like fully burnt up, and then it was like he shouldn't have survived. It's hard to explain, but he died unfortunately. So
He,
for me,
yeah, because he was
Luigi,
like super close to that
yeah,
last
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Like,
No,
there's
he
no
yeah,
shot.
no, he died. He died.
Like, I know you didn't touch it, but there's no
No,
way
no,
you
he
get
did
out
touch
of
it.
that
They
scot
just they
free.
just drew it like he didn't. He did touch it. He definitely yeah, so he died. So for me that was a sad moment for me when I realized that. Cuz he had no power-ups. So it wasn't like he just
He
shrank.
didn't.
Yeah, so it wasn't like it was just a sad moment where I had to go
Oh
like,
yeah, that's my favorite character was that Blue Star. Honestly, that guy was funny.
"Oh yeah, he was hilarious." Yeah. Faz.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
No, I was just thinking, where was I? Well, what was the previous question?
Was it a good movie?
Oh, and then you were harping on about how Chief said
There's nothing to pay attention to.
yeah.
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 Did you feel
Well, the
like there was
story
something to
was
pay
really
attention to?
basic.
Yeah.
No, the
It
story
was
was
it was
basic.
it's less basic and more generic.
Generic.
Mm.
That's a good word as well. Characters. Basic.
Yeah.
Basic, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
like that Bowser wanted to fall in love with the.
I feel
That's the.
like that's basically what the fandom have been doing though. Because otherwise, why would he kidnap her? Because he doesn't even mess with the kingdom like that. He just kidnaps her and leaves. So it's like, what else does he want?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Because she doesn't have any special talents or powers he's gonna want.
Oi, oi, oi. She's just as talented as anyone there. Why are you
How would
laughing?
that work though?
What?
Yeah,
In
it
the
made the
beach.
movie a little. I thought it was gonna be like it kind of started with a serious undertone with Bowser, especially when you see him destroying the kingdom and stuff. I was like, oh, are they gonna actually go into a serious
Nah, that
movie
first
and
scene
make
had me
Bowser a
dead.
bad guy?
That
And
first scene
then,
had me
and then
dead.
as soon as it was like, I'm gonna kidnap Princess Peach and ask her to marry me, I was like, oh, okay, there we go, we're back. It's still a kids movie.
Yeah, no, that had me dead though. That first scene where they started throwing snowballs
Yeah,
at him.
bro, that was funny.
That had
Cause
me
I
dying.
hate that because I was like, they had me as well. I was like,
No,
oh, they're little. Cause I was like, I thought they were gonna go in the direction of actually taking it serious, and they were like,
no,
oh, they're little, but they can still do damage to Bowser's army. And then they started throwing snowballs. I was like, oh, okay, there we
no.
go.
I just thought, you know what, this movie might be really funny,
Mm,
and then I don't think I
Was it?
laughed again.
yeah, there was like maybe
I think I laughed
two,
again.
maybe three parts that was funny.
Name them.
That that part you guys are talking
That
about, it
first
was in
scene
the
that you talked
trailer.
about,
Oh, was it?
I
It was in
never
the
saw the
trailer.
trailer.
I didn't see the trailer either. First,
So I'm guessing most people who saw the movie probably saw the trailer. And most people would have laughed at it during the trailer. So that's one laughing moment that they wouldn't have got during the
yeah,
cinema.
Mm.
yeah,
They put the best bit in the trailer. They shouldn't have done that.
yeah.
Were
But
there
that's
any other moments where you guys laughed?
I think the
no.
part where like the that like I said the blue star where everyone was sitting in the cage, and it was
Yeah.
just like all depressed and stuff, and the blue star was like, yeah, no, there's no reason to hope. Well, you just wait to die.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's spitting facts.
No, but that was so annoying because I really thought like they were gonna go through with it when he was like, "I'm gonna sacrifice these prisoners for the for the queen or whatever," and then
Yeah.
the star goes, "Yay!" I was like, I was
Because
like,
the
I
funny
laughed
thing
at
is
you
as well,
saying
I'm
it, but I
like,
didn't laugh at that
yeah,
happening.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I didn't laugh at that happening, but it was a funny moment. I can see they thought like, yeah, that's a funny moment. I don't know, maybe they missed something, but I could see. I was like, yeah, no, like that's funny. But it's just a shame that I think they should have killed the star or something, or like had half of him burn and then like keep him alive. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he just gets really enraged and mad, and he just
yeah, that
gets
he
it
didn't
right.
die.
Yeah, he's like starts swearing or something like, "What are you doing? You don't be a little." And I'm like, do it, finish me. Like that would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Like, do it, I dare you. Like, but yeah, there wasn't that many moments to like actually laugh about. I really wish I went to cinema now to see if like the kids were dying at it and like actually like physically like laughing and stuff.
Probably were. Kids are dumb.
Fairs.
Yeah, yeah,
Fairs.
fairs.
Fairs. Can't argue with that, to be fair. Ah, what a
Have any
movie.
of you guys seen Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a follow-up
So
question? Okay,
I was
okay, I was
waiting.
gonna say.
I was waiting.
You know, like you can like your sentences can just keep
Ask more
going. You know,
questions.
like
No, you're done.
yeah, go
I
on, sorry.
continue
Yeah, go on, sorry.
with my
Yeah,
sentences.
yeah, go on.
He was just doing like a very
It doesn't help
tense
if you
pause.
keep going like this when you speak.
He was doing a dramatic pause. Let's let him finish.
Sorry, carry on, carry on. Seriously, no, seriously.
This isn't doing wonders for my confidence. Like,
We're sorry.
guys
No,
are
no, no.
really
He's speaking.
uplifting
Sorry,
me,
sorry.
and this is the first time that I've done this. So yeah. Anyway, you guys seen Toy Story as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think a good kids movie is something for kids and something for adults. And usually, what it has for adults is a moral of the story. Like in Puss in Boots, the whole death concept, and then in Toy Story, growing old, all of that stuff.
yeah.
Does Super Mario Bros. Have any morals
Nope,
that you guys took from it?
nope.
Yeah. Be good at plumbing.
What the flip?
I took that away from it. Otherwise, you won't succeed in your business.
What? Oh, you mean be good at your
Be
business?
good at your
Otherwise, you
business.
end up in the
Otherwise, you
Mario
won't
world.
succeed.
So know your job, basically. Be good at your job.
Dude, that
That's what we took away.
dude, that scene where
And
the
don't quit
dog,
your day job if you're gonna start a new one.
the same day job.
Don't quit your day job.
If you're gonna do the same day job,
Because he quit working for the guy to start their business and it wasn't successful.
yeah, Fez. I was gonna say like the scene where the dog was like ruining their plumbing. I just found that so like stupid. I don't know if
Yes,
that's like the
another
grown up
learning
in me.
moment. It's like learn to apologize because he stepped in and broke his bone. Pause, but never really apologized. He just kind of just smiled at him and went about his day.
Yeah, but like, what are the
And
dog
the
owners
dog was
doing?
offended.
What the dog owners doing when the dog
They're
just
rich
went
people. They
into?
don't care. They can afford to pay for anything you break, so they're probably used to just letting him loose.
Faz. I would have just like smacked them. But yeah, sorry to go back to your point. No, there wasn't any like teachable moments or learning moments from the Mario. I'm sorry, I can't give you more.
Oh no, I know you can't give me more. That's why I brought it
Also,
up.
one question I had, sorry, is the little sunflower looking power up thing?
Yeah, the fire.
Yeah, when
Dude,
Goose
I love that on
picks
the
it up from
game.
the ground. I love that in the game as well. when she picked it up on the ground, does it activate instantly, or
No,
is it
no,
just
no.
she has
She
to like
has to
crush
touch
it?
the face. I think the face of it.
See, that was one thing that I was confused about as well, because I'm like, they were standing in a field full of it. I'm like, why do you not just pick a couple and bring it with you so you can use it when you need it?
I don't know
But
if
no,
that.
they just left it.
I don't know if it has to be alive or not. Because if you
I don't
pick
think it.
them, like they die. Because like they're plants.
Yeah, but is there, because obviously it's like, is there like there has to be like a time limit
Yeah,
to
but
it
then
though.
you're gonna have to like put it in your pocket. Why are we
Don't they
talking
have
about the
like?
logistics of this? It's animated. It's animated.
Yeah, true.
Sorry. Yeah. Carry on, Vanilla.
I was genuinely interested in the logistics of the plant.
I know, but it's like it's
That's
animated.
If
quite
we get
They
interesting.
could,
into it, that's
they
gonna
could,
be another one-way road.
they could
Honestly.
literally just like I don't know, just put it in a little bag and be like, come up with a dumb excuse like, yeah, this preserves its life, and then done. Like we're like fairs.
I think they wanted to obviously incorporate like the breaking the box with the question mark on it a lot more.
Yeah,
So
fairs.
that would have ruined it.
There weren't that, but there weren't that many like, you
The
know,
power ups and
yeah, there weren't that many
yeah,
power ups. I was kind of like,
I was thinking that as well.
but
Like
then
especially with like the ones that you're waiting to see. You maybe see it once, and then that's especially like the blue shell one.
yeah,
We saw that like once, and that
yeah,
was it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also, I think the shrinking one maybe two or three times,
No, I think we saw
and
that
like
once.
no, we saw that two or three because they used it with Bowser as well to shrink him down,
Oh yeah,
and then also with
yes.
Mario and Donkey Kong.
See, I didn't
So we
remember that
saw it like
moment.
a couple times.
Didn't remember
And
that
then
moment.
with also like the big mushrooms, I think that one's the one that got the most limelight. Even the flower one we only saw a couple. So we only saw every power up like a couple times, and that was
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, first. We didn't even see what's his name, Yoshi.
I was so mad at that because all they did is at the end they just showed his egg hatching and him
Yeah,
saying Yoshi, and that was all we got from
yeah,
him.
not
I'm
good
like,
enough, is
why
it?
you all
What
doing
happened
Yoshi
when?
like this at the very end
I
after
didn't see
like
that
the
either. Vanilla.
yeah, it was after you
I didn't see
because
that.
I was like, I'm in that Marvel Fast and Furious mindset, so I'm like, I'm gonna skip through the ending where it says the names of people and stuff and see if there's anything at the end,
I,
and it was at the very end.
I think I left like 5 minutes before the actual like they wrapped up the end of the movie because I knew what was gonna come. So I just kind of like was like, yeah, Fez, I've seen the movie now. I know what
You
it's
see,
about.
for me now when I watch movies, I always skip like the end scene to see if there's anything at the end.
Fez.
Mine had no end credit scene, so I completely missed that then.
I guess the people that made the your one was expecting the same thing.
Mm.
The people that did your one were like, Fez, this movie's done. This movie's done. Fez, this movie's a wrap.
And so we touched on it a bit before, but what did you guys think of the animation?
I
The
thought,
animation was alright.
yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, from what I was
I mean,
watching
it
it,
was an
it looked like
animation.
yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah.
Quite
Like I said, I couldn't really. I don't think kids or anyone that's not really trying to be like critical or something would really notice because you'd be busy distracted by all the colors and stuff. So it was alright.
yeah. I don't think it stood out. Like it wasn't a unique animation, like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not unique. It's not
but
something.
it suited it, didn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
it
Yeah,
suited it.
it was perfectly fine. Yeah, I think. I don't. The thing is, I
All
don't think there
animation
was.
was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think there was much they could do with it. So that's why
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
just
because
I
I
agree.
think they just kind of have to like follow a script to make it look like a Mario
Mario. Yeah,
world,
yeah, literally, like yeah,
Yeah,
Because the animation's already been done by like the different type of games and
yeah.
releases and versions of it.
If they gave us a different animation, like how Sonic
Like if
when
they
Sonic
tried to
first
make
came out,
everyone look like realistic.
yeah, we would be like, "What is you doing, mate?"
yeah, that would have been weird. Yeah,
Like what? If Bowser looked like a turtle, we would have been like, "What are
Yeah.
you actually doing, lad?" So yeah, I think it was solid. Nothing too much to be said. I don't think there was much to be taken away from that movie.
It was
Nah,
not a
if
lot to be
there's there
taken
was
away.
nothing of it. I
I'm
don't think
quite
you're meant to take anything
yeah, I'm
away. You're
quite
just supposed
impressed we've
to.
been
No,
able to have this
It's one of
conversation.
those. That's what I'm saying. It's one of those. Once the movie ends, you're allowed to forget about it. I think I
Yeah,
said this before we started recording as well
yeah.
to
yeah.
Vanilla. It's one of those. Once the movie ends, you're allowed to forget about it
No,
and just
because you
get
said you
about your
wanted to
day.
get some paint and carry on the legacy of the movie in your room.
Yeah,
You
it was like it was like the color of it, not like the story of
you
taking
wanted to
anything
no,
away
you
from
wanted
it.
to do all of that in your room. You were ready. Dude, you wanted to cement
Put a Mario mural on his room.
literally. And then take a
On his
TikTok
wall.
of it. Take a TikTok of it and be like, you better like this video. It took me 2 weeks and 47 hours to do this. Like, dude, I'm dead. That's hilarious. You said it. You said it before we
I did
asked
say that.
anything.
I did say that.
Those are your exact words. You didn't say, I want to forget it. You were like,
How long have we been going for on this conversation?
however long it's impressive. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I want to know
expected
how
this to
long
be
because
like
it is
20,
impressive.
30-minute tops.
No,
That's what I thought
let
as
me
well.
have a look quickly. Oh, oh wow, it's 40 minutes.
Mm, I
Wow.
think we deserve a
Pat on
round
the
of
back, guys.
applause.
Well done.
Well done, guys. I don't know how we've
I think
achieved
that
that.
in itself says a lot about the movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Mm.
I think the
Oh,
fact
also,
that
the one thing I remembered, I was gonna see if they got you guys with this as well. I think I might just be dumb, but you know, at the end,
please, please don't finish that sentence now because it doesn't matter what you say. I'm gonna say they didn't get me purely because you said you might be down. They didn't get me with it, but go on. Go on.
but you know, at the end after they've beaten Bowser, and then they cut to a scene of like the Mario and Luigi waking up.
Yeah.
I thought like because of the way the room looked, I thought they stayed back in. They went back to Brooklyn in their world, and I was like, why the frick would you go back to Brooklyn when you had an option to stay in the kingdom of like freaking mushrooms and stuff? And then they like looked outside the window and it's like, oh no, they were like outside in the mushroom kingdom. I was like, okay, cool, fairs.
So, what's your point?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
It's
I
like, did
actually
they
feel
get
like
you
you're dumb now.
making?
Like,
Did,
because
they
you,
get you
no,
with
no, no.
making
Do
you
you know
think
what
that
you've done?
they
No,
just
no, no. Do you know
decide
what
to
you've
live
done?
Oh,
back in
no, they didn't get
Brooklyn?
me. You're dumb.
Yeah,
Nah.
literally. Like,
I thought they might. I thought they
no,
might decide to live back in Brooklyn because
no.
that's where their family
Do you know what
is.
you've just done?
But
There
I
was
guess
nothing
not.
there, and you made something.
You made something.
Yeah, that's what
There
I
was
do all the
nothing.
time. I
No,
don't know
like,
how it took you this long to figure out.
dude, it was literally just a normal scene, and you went,
I don't know why it took
no.
you this long to
You
figure it
went,
out.
no.
I do that all the
Did they
time.
try to trick me?
I was like, how dare they?
You
Like,
literally made nothing into the most. Oh my god,
I
that's
don't know what to tell you.
honestly, you're impressive. I think you've carried this show. I think you've carried this show. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
you've LeBron this show right now.
We should just let him speak.
We literally
See
could.
how long he
If you
goes
let
for.
me just speak, it'd be like an hour and a half.
No. Honestly, Vanilla, we have to do that one day. Let's not plan it. Let's just let him go and see how long it takes him to notice none of us have said a word.
Bro, by the time I finish, you'd be like, wait, what was the original topic again?
I'm actually dead.
Okay, so I've only got like 2 more questions for you guys. The first one, what would you rate the movie out of 10? Let's start with Chief.
Mm, I mean, for me personally, of like my entertainment and my enjoyment of it, I'd
Sure.
say a 3.
Whoa.
Like it's
A
there was
3?
nothing for me to enjoy.
This guy makes
What
no
did you want
sense.
from
I
me?
swear to God. I swear to God.
Whoa.
It's the
How did
same
that come
guy.
out of nowhere?
The same guy
did that
that wanted to
come
paint
from?
his room. Just named
That's
the
what I'm
movie
saying.
that
The only
inspired him to
thing that I
paint.
took away
A
from that
free.
was that
Three.
okay, listen to this. The only thing I took away from that was that they had pretty colors. Does that not sound stupid to you for a movie?
No, but it's just like
A 3.
you literally just went from this inspired me to you don't
Hey,
even paint.
hey,
You've
I
never
didn't say
painted in your
inspired me,
life.
all right, I just said I wanted colors. Okay,
Three's quite low.
it is quite low, but that's just is what it is.
Yeah, but I hope you weren't going into the movie expecting an action movie, and then you were like, "Oh, flip! This is Mario."
No, I wasn't expecting an action movie
because
but I
that's
was
the only
expecting
reason
a
you'd
little
give it a
bit-
free.
I was expecting a little bit more of a story, you know.
More adventure as well.
Yeah, because the thing is as well, like literally, you can sum up the key points of like Mario went from Brooklyn into the Mushroom King, to the Mushroom Kingdom, met the princess. The princess went to the Monkey King to ask for his help to go defeat Bowser, defeat Bowser, and that's it.
Yep.
So
Fairs.
there's not much in there, and there's like you said before as well. There's, I mean, I was joking with the whole like freaking plumbing thing, but there's no, there's no teach like there's
Morals.
no
Like, yeah.
morals or anything to it, and there's barely any action to it that you weren't expecting. So it was purely just
Yeah, wait, like
nostalgia, and
he doesn't even like resolve anything with his father who thinks he's a
that's what I'm
failure.
saying. It doesn't. All he did was like because the things as well is the Mushroom Kingdom explodes into Brooklyn, and them to get power ups and save Brooklyn, and everyone's cheering. But I'm like, why is no one asking how the frick did this happen, and what were you two doing? Like,
No,
how
because
did
that would be too complicated.
and because the only thing as well, like his father saw him doing all the great stuff and becoming fame, achieving fame, and then he finally says he's proud of him. I'm like, that's not resolving anything. You just kind of just liking him because he's famous now.
That's a groupie.
Don't say that, man. He's loyal. He's loyal.
But yeah, I'm saying three. All right, 3 out of 10.
Below average, fair enough. I guess it's my turn then.
Yeah,
Free. I'm
I
not
mean, you
even
don't
gonna
have to
take.
linger on what I give it. You can
Yeah,
just
no, I
give
know. I
one.
wasn't gonna give it linger on what you gave it. For me personally, I think it was a movie. It did what it set out to do, which was be basic, be somewhat entertaining for children, give some like nostalgia points, I guess. So I'd give it like a 6, a slightly above average, like. But I don't. That's that's just me thinking
But if we're
based on what it
talking for
does.
like
No, that's just me
what it
thinking what.
does for you, like in terms of what you how much you liked it.
If we're talking how much I liked it, I I don't remember the movie, but I know the movie.
Yeah,
Like
I understand. Honestly, I
yeah,
understand what you mean when you say that.
I don't, but I know it, and it's not like I want to watch it again. Like I'm not
Like I would
like
watch it again, but
no,
like
no, no.
in the
Like if someone
background while
actually
doing
puts it
something
on
else.
again, I would actually walk out the room. Like I'm not watching that shit again. Like I'm actually not. I'm actually like I'm not watching it again. Like
No, but that's what I'm
if
saying.
no, no,
Like
no,
you would watch it
no,
again in
no,
the
no,
terms of like maybe if you're having a
nah,
party and
nah,
there's snakes
nah,
around
nah,
and you put
nah,
it on
nah.
for the
I'm
kids to
leaving
watch,
that. I'm leaving that
like
room.
just to
I.
This is
distract
not
the
happening.
kids.
He's not happening.
I'm leaving that room. I promise you. I promise you. The moment you put it on and you tell me, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving," because even if it came on Netflix for free, even if they were giving out free DVDs, 3D copies of them, I'm not watching it again. I just can't. Like it's too soon. Give me 2 years, and then I'll think about it. But
Yes.
no, as of right now, I'm not watching it again. I'm no chance. So for me personally, I think for me personally, yeah, it would be like a 4, but a 3-4. But like
It,
in terms of as a
wait,
movie, it's a
you said
6.
6.
Yeah, no, as a movie
Okay.
for what it does,
Because
like
he's thinking about it in like a general
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
In terms of a general movie, I think it's like a 6, because you
Mm.
go into it knowing what you're expecting. Like no one is going. I don't know what Chief was going into it expecting, because I feel like he was expecting like Maverick
now I
Top
was
Gun or
going into
something.
it expect like I wasn't going into expecting, but I was going into it like anticipating how they're gonna merge
Exactly,
all the different type
like
of games and stuff together,
exactly, which
and they
is.
did it how I pretty much expected
Yeah,
them to.
but you can't. That type of movie, you can't go into that movie expecting anything. You just go in and you
But
watch
I
it
feel
for
like I
dum
mean I
dum.
don't know about you guys, but I can't go into the movie like any type of movie without expecting something. It's part of the like the experience of watching a movie for me is like reading the name or like looking at the trailers and stuff and trying to like anticipate
Yeah,
and
but I
expect
don't get
stuff.
what you were expecting from this movie. You know what this movie is about. Mario Bros, bro. What did you expect? There was
I
not going
guess
to
I
be
was
an elite
expecting a little
story.
bit too much.
There was not going to be an elite story. There
I
wasn't.
the possibility of it was there.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
because the
you
thing
can
is,
say
like,
that
if you
about
think
any
about
movie.
it, no, but that's what I'm saying. If you think about it, it's like the Mario Bros. Or the Mario movie or whatever. They technically all they had to do in terms of the movie was all they had to make sure they included like the different Mario worlds and the power ups and the different type of like racing and stuff. But in terms of the story, because Mario doesn't really technically have like a cohesive, consistent story in any type of games, because obviously it's more of the gameplay. So in terms of the story, they could have done anything they wanted with it and actually come
No,
up
the
with
story.
a
No, the story
very
is
genuine
always.
and cohesive story.
Nah, the story is
I don't
always
think
him
that
trying
makes
to
it worse though.
save. Yeah, the story is always him trying to save the
Yeah,
princess.
him trying to save the princess. That's what I'm saying. But in between that, there's not really any like, maybe like paper, like obviously Paper Mario stuff like has like a dialogue that by dialogue type like Zelda type of game type story of like actual story. But there's
Yeah, but
not a
but
lot
chief,
of the games have that. So I'm just saying they had so many possibilities. They could have done a lot with the story,
they didn't, which
but
is
they
the
didn't.
main thing.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything with it. I get what Chief is saying. Like going to movies having some expectations. I don't know what I expected, but I expected a bit more.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's where it was different for me.
cause I don't know. I think it must be some type of superpower for you or something. Cause
No,
I
no, no,
like
no, no,
going to
no,
movies
no,
not
no.
expecting
I can
anything.
expect things from movies, but because of like for example Mario Bros and certain movies, I just go in not expecting much from it and just let them hit me with what they got basically. Because it's like
Mm.
if I'm expecting something from Mario, which is like a kids movie, you like Barbie's out, right? I'm not expecting anything from Barbie.
I'm
Like that.
expecting a lot from Barbie actually.
Why?
Yeah, my
It's a Barbie
expectations are massive
movie.
for Barbie.
What are you
There's so much
expecting?
they can do with that.
Oh my
See,
god!
the
I'm
thing
telling
is,
you, there's
see,
so
that's what I'm
much they can
saying.
do
The
with
thing
Barbie.
is, for me,
Okay, cool.
like,
No, no, no.
let's say,
I want
like,
to go into this
you
now. I'm
made Barbie as
sorry.
an example. The thing is, for me, I would be able to go into that not expecting much because I don't know anything about Barbie.
Okay, cool. Vanilla chocolate. Tell us what you think Barbie could.
But there's so much history with Barbie in terms of where it started and where it's at now. In terms of the women's movement back then to how it is now. So much scope
Yeah.
for
So,
women's rights, human psychology, female psychology you can go into with a Barbie movie.
so it wouldn't
I would
be a
love
kids
to
thing
see a
then.
woman's rights like learning teachable moments in a
So
Barbie
do
movie.
you think like based off the trailer they're gonna go into that? Because what you're saying makes sense because it would have to take like a serious tone. It would go from oh
No,
Barbie
it
so
doesn't.
playful.
It doesn't though.
Okay, cool. Go
It
in.
doesn't need to take a serious tone. It can just have those moral undertones, like in Toy Story or like in Puss in Boots. Like it can still be a kids' movie and have those serious undertones there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what like Disney movies do.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see them doing that with Barbie.
They could.
Yeah,
They
but I don't
could,
think they
but
will.
because I think the thing is as well is like
Should we just go watch
you
Barbie
need
and see if
good
they do?
writers. I don't think they're gonna, but I mean we could do.
I don't think they've done it.
Yeah, I feel like watching Barbie now.
Yeah, no, same. Because I'm just like, I want to see if they've done it or not.
Because the thing is, I like I said before, I don't know anything of like honestly, I don't know a single thing about.
I don't know
Does
anything
it
either.
is there like a does it have like a TV series or anything like that? Because I think
I'm
I
sure
remember
there has been.
distinctly having a TV series. So maybe they might have
Probably
some
has been.
stuff to like take away from that series in terms of like incorporating it in the story and stuff. Because as far as I knew before was like, because Barbie was just a doll, so it would be hard to be able to like do anything meaningful. Because obviously
No,
the
but the
whole point
Barbie
of
is like
Barbie,
it's the essential. You know how like there was a phase where everyone wanted to be kind of like a Barbie, and
yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying. Like the whole point of Barbie was just like to be able to like dress them up and come up with your own stories for it. So no matter what, like the movie story is, you're not gonna like it as much as you being able to make up your own story or like maybe seeing some like some
I
other
don't know
type of
about you,
stories
but I
about
never
it.
played with Barbies.
Neither did I. That's what I'm saying.
There's
So
so
we don't have
much they can do with
we
Barbie.
can go with it without having any expectations. But so a lot of other people going into it having potentially a lot of expectations for it.
What did you
You could
say?
make a Barbie horror movie.
You
Or
could.
Barbie,
Let's
Indiana Jones.
What?
they can make a Barbie anything.
True.
Barbie's done it all. She's been everywhere.
I think you guys should take this type of idea to the creators and the writers of Barbie. Don't even watch the movie. Just go to them, be like, the
You
movie's
can make a
trash.
Barbie verse.
Literally. Oh, you could. I think that's what they've done though, because it's like Barbie and Ken, isn't it?
Mm.
Why are we talking about Barbie? Sorry. Vanilla, what are your last notes to finish us off?
Alright, so
Wait,
a final
Vanilla, did you rate the
question.
movie?
Oh yeah, you didn't rate it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I didn't. I've
5.
5.
Yeah, solid.
Basic,
Yes.
basic missionary.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't.
missionary.
Yeah, I didn't.
Quick in and
There's
out.
nothing special.
Nothing.
Quick in and out. Didn't come, but like it was
No.
okay while it lasted.
Like you're not
It's
excited
basic.
to go back, but if it's there,
Yeah,
you
no.
take it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Just
just want to
lay
point
down
out
and
we're
took it.
talking about a kids movie, guys. Let's
Dude, you
keep
don't
it
have to make
PG.
it weird. Dog, our content's not
No,
for
I'm just
children.
saying,
Our
let's
content's not
keep
for
the
children.
conversation
Our,
age
con-
appropriate
our
for the
content's
movie.
not for children, bro. It doesn't matter.
That was PG. I kept it PG.
Exactly.
Nah, go on.
And so, success of the Super Mario Bros. Over 1 billion in the box office. Like I said, Nintendo's got a lot of IPs that they could possibly dive into. Would you guys be interested in seeing any other Nintendo games coming to the big screen?
No.
Dude, Fairs took the words right out of my mouth.
Because
Really?
the thing
No?
is, like,
I don't know. Name a game that you'd like
Zelda
to.
Zelda,
is the one that I
Metroid.
think that has like the story. Because a lot of Nintendo games are more gameplay based, and I'm like, it's fine to keep it that way. You don't need to make a movie or a story from it. It's gonna be weirder to make a story from something that doesn't really have a story.
Or
Because
like
it was
Super
the same
Mario
thing with
Bros.
like, yeah, it was the same thing with like freaking Uncharted. Uncharted was like originally a game, and it did have a story. And even when people saw it on the big screen, it was not the same. Because the thing is as well, if you remember, if you think about it, people just was starting to say, oh, they liked games better because obviously games is like you can like experience the story and also play the characters and feel part of the be
Yeah.
feel like you're part of the world. And then when you like going from that to just sitting in a cinema in front of a screen and watching it with twiddling your thumbs with like
And then
your
seeing your
hand,
character do something dumb,
it's,
you're like,
yeah, it's not gonna feel the same. It's gonna be like, bro, don't do that. Freaking go here, or oh, you didn't look around that corner.
yeah, there needs to be more games or like movies where you can actually like interact with the
I think
characters.
it would make more. I think it's always more exciting. For example, if like a movie gets turned into a game,
You
or say
know,
when a game gets turned into a movie.
like Black Mirror. Sorry to cut you off. Black Mirror, the Netflix series. They have
Mm.
it's like a series, and you can like you have options to make your characters do something, and it's
I want
like
a
the
movie like that.
yeah, and the movie goes on based on how your characters interact and stuff like that.
Now
What
the
in a
audience scores.
cinema?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
the
just
audience can score it.
yeah,
That would be sick.
and I
A, B, C,
yeah,
or D.
literally, and I think I would be one of the people to just be like, just don't do anything. Like the movie would just end. Like, should I go in the closet? No. How about we just leave the house and we just
So you're basically talking about like a interactive narrative type
yeah. Like,
movie.
because yeah, Black Mirror has done that, and it's like if they did that in the cinema where the audience can do something, and then I think that would be quite enjoyable because obviously majority of the audience would troll as well, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it can create that like, what are you doing? And you don't know who's voted for what, and it's just like it can be quite enjoyable. Since we have a great idea, how about we just take that onto the big screen?
Yeah, you
First.
start the process.
No, the
and let us
silence.
know.
No, the silence was very loud. The silence was very
Yeah,
loud.
because it's like, bro, that's too big a job. Man.
No,
I
the
can't be
silence was
bothered.
very loud. It was very loud.
Silence spoke a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Fairs, yeah. Sorry.
Right, so not interested in any other Nintendo IP being brought to the big screen. Got it.
Are you?
I mean, they already did Pokemon, didn't they?
Oh, did
Oh,
they?
they did do that, Detective Pikachu.
Oh, that was trash, wasn't it?
It's like I
Haven't
said, the
seen it.
game becoming a movie is
Yeah,
never
no,
gonna be as
I haven't seen it
exciting.
either. That's why I said that was trash because I haven't seen it.
Well, you haven't seen Detective
No,
Pikachu?
have you?
I have. I
Yeah, but
could
you
not
don't
remember a
sound
single thing
exactly.
that
You don't
happened in
sound
it.
excited about seeing it. You
No, I'm
sound
not because I forgot it instantly. Like if you
exactly.
asked me about this movie like freaking a month from now, I'll be like,
What
I
is
have
this
no
movie?
idea what happened
No,
in
I
it.
I think if we ask you about this movie a month from now and a month before you saw it, I think your guess about the movie would be right. I think you would
Yeah,
assume the same thing. Even though you
pretty
have
much.
expectations, you could assume like he's gonna try to save the princess or something. Like unless you're being a twat and you're like, oh my god, is he gonna do something? Like when you thought they were back at their house and you were like, is this a trick?
Hey, you never know. My brain works in exciting ways.
Yeah.
Has there been any games to movies that were good? You guys remember?
Not that I remember. And I feel like if there was, I would remember it because it'd be like a pillar of like holding it up in
Milestone
front of
games,
me
yeah.
and
Oh,
that's the
what
face.
about no? What about Thing? Agent 47.
Oh no, no.
Is it called Agent
That's like
47?
I think the movie's called Agent 47.
Yeah.
The game is called Hitman,
Hitman, that's it.
but
I
the
thought that
movie
was all
was
right.
not. Have you ever played the game?
Yeah. I remember I
Did you
played
play
it.
the game before you watched the movie?
No, after.
Yeah, that's probably why.
To be fair,
Because I'm
maybe.
like, if you played the game before you watched the movie and you thought the movie was alright, I would have to question like, well,
Why?
if you were drunk or not. Because I'm like, I don't know how you could enjoy it knowing the actual game story and playing through the game.
Yeah, fairs,
Because
maybe.
seeing the actor do stuff, I'm like, Agent 47 doesn't do that.
Fairs. I guess we haven't then.
Assassin's Creed was trash as well, wasn't
Oh my, don't get me started on that. I tried to watch that like 5 times. Guess how that ended every time I put it on?
Never
it?
finished.
Falling asleep.
Falling in the best sleep of my life every single time. Every single time I've had the best sleep of my life. I think that's what I need to do. Just put an Assassin's Creed within the first 5-10 minutes when the screen goes all blurry and it's like the gameplay. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out of it. I'm just like, yeah, no. The start just makes no sense to me. It's just like, sorry, let's not get me
Well, like
started.
the animus part.
No, no, it makes sense, but it's just like it's just so bad. Like I
Mm,
just don't like the movie. Like,
yeah, the movies not good. I don't. Yeah, I think it's kind of similar to the same thing as like. I think there's the thing where like animes are starting to get turned into like what the frick are they called? Live action,
yeah,
and people do not. They did not like the live action versions of animes
yeah,
because it
because
just
in the
it
anime
doesn't
they
hit
can
the
just do
same.
more, can't they?
Yeah, because it's an anime
Yeah, and
versus when
then
actual people are trying to do.
yeah, no, the thing
And
is,
it's kind of like the whole thing of like, sorry to cut you off, but it's kind of like the whole thing of like,
for once he says that, guys. For once. One time he says that. We've been recording, but I'm counting the other episodes as well. Probably for over six, four.
Unknown, you just cut him off. That was really rude. You cut off his cut off. That's like super rude.
I
You
know.
can't cut off his cut off. He apologized. You didn't.
double car.
I apologize. Sorry. Carry on cutting me off then.
But no, it's gonna be real quick. I was just gonna say it's kind of similar to the
He
whole
just
thing of
carries
like,
on as well.
It's gonna be real quick, bro.
it was gonna
Shut
be
up,
quick,
listen
but
to
now you
talk.
made it long.
Cutting him off.
We should
It's
just
the
call
whole
you cut
thing of
off.
like
Your name should
the.
just be cut off. Sorry.
Let me
As a
speak.
petition to change Chief's name to cut
We
off.
should honestly. We should.
You should change your name to cut off.
And anyone wondering why his name's cut off, they'll just watch the video for 5 minutes and go Faz. Faz.
I say we start calling him cut off from now.
Go on, carry on. Carry
Sorry,
on.
what were you trying to
You
say?
might as
Cut
well
off?
carry on now. I feel like the point.
No, carry on,
is
cut
not
off.
gonna
Your
make.
point is
It's not
never
gonna
lost.
hit the same
You
now.
know your point's never lost. You can get it back.
as I was saying, no, it's like it's like the whole thing of like you know when you see an anime girl doing the whole thing of like when they stick their tongue out and roll their eyes back versus when
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
actual woman does it. It does not.
Yeah.
It looks so weird when like an actual person do, it, and it's like, please don't ever do that again.
I think for me, I was just gonna go with like the actual like fight scenes and stuff like that. But you went very like,
Yeah, I was specific.
yeah, like
Yeah,
okay, okay. That's. I feel like you watched it and went, "That's upset me now."
yeah, I was specific.
That's upset me now.
I
That's
watched it. I
not
was
the
like, you just
same.
ruined something that I liked, and now it's never gonna be the same.
He had to put his pants up. He was like, "That's upsetting." He just, I'm upset. Just pulled his pants up. I mean, this is never gonna be the same again. Where's the bloody anime? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, we
No, I
left
mean,
Mario about 15 minutes ago.
yeah,
Just
there's nothing else to say about it, so whatever now.
Yeah.
yeah, Fez. Ah, I think that was a good
Bro, I feel
discussion.
like we could just talk about like random stuff that's
No,
not even movie related for so long.
yeah, no, we could. You could. We just
I
point.
definitely could.
We
You
just
guys
start
just
pointing
point
at
me in the
you,
right direction.
Fez. All right. Vanilla. What are you saying?
I mean, if you guys don't want to talk about anything else, I guess that's all we've got for this one.
All
Anyone
right.
have anything else they want to say?
No, don't do that. Don't open the mic to cut off. Don't. Don't. Ramble on and cut off for like the same people.
Oh, you're lucky. My brain was starting to turn. The gears are starting to turn. There.
Ramble on and cut off. We're gonna get going again.
The gears are starting to turn there.
Okay, cool.
Right then, I guess that's the end of this episode. Thanks for joining us. I've been your host, Vanilla Chocolate with Unk and Cut Off. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
In a bit.